come to the light. Come to the light with us. Go ahead and make sure you go and check out the monogamy series on All Black. All Black. It's no longer UMC. It's no longer Urban Movie Channel. It's now called All Black. Right. Y'all make sure y'all check it out.
Right. But tonight, we're about to get into our podcast episode 117.
Yeah. 117.
117, y'all. Y'all know our anniversary is coming up on the 18th, our 3-year anniversary. And what's so dope is, I don't know if they're still on here, but Craig Ross Jr.'s Monogamy series started the same year we started our podcast. So we are also celebrating with you guys on our 3rd season, 3rd year kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of dope. But we are now live on every social platform from Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and also IG Live. So we'll go ahead and start our podcast as we normally would do this thing.
Yes.
Because we are a little late.
We're a little late, but that's okay. We're here.
We're a little late. But yeah, so the power, he said the power in the 3rd. Yes. So welcome everybody. We're about to go ahead and jump on and start this thing. Y'all know how this go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, podcasters, YouTubers, IGsers, Facebookers, Twitterers, Twitchers. I said Facebook is
the world, honey, the world.
And IG. Again. Let's see who's checking in. So we got YouTube.
Thank you, Trill Talk.
We got Soldier Man from YouTube. He said, "Good evening, ladies. Looking beautiful as always."
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And this is
Brains and Beauty
times
2, y'all. I'm Shayla.
And I'm Miami.
Woo! Lord, okay. We got because we were a little behind on time. We gotta go ahead and jump into this thing. Yeah. But first, any PSAs? Any announcements
tonight
today?
I want to talk about real quickly and shout out. Y'all know I'm a hip hop head. I am a Christian hip hop artist, but I just love hip hop in so many ways. So shout out to Rick Ross on his new book. Yes. If you don't know about the book, make sure y'all go get the new book from Rick Ross. I got it way over there. Should have had it. It's like way over there.
We gotta climb.
But anyway, Rick Ross has a new book out. Just go to his page. Trust me, it's literally right there. Shout out to Rick Ross' new book about hustling, about doing your thing. Also, Jeezy and Gucci is about to go on a tour together, not just them alone. They have a lot of people on that tour. It's
that's
just
kind of dope.
It's just so cool to see
dope.
Jeezy and Gucci Man on the same tour. Why? Because we already know, Jeezy hired somebody to kill Gucci. That was in the past. Yeah. So for them to go on a tour together, this is the first ever thing, like ever in the whole existence of worlds that this is about to happen. So I'm excited as a hip hop head. I don't know if I'll be going, but I'm just excited to see that they are going to have a tour together.
That's gonna be dope. I hope people could just,
Yeah, let me get my camera right.
Keep it safe. Let's keep each other safe out here. But enjoy. Oh Lord.
Yeah, I don't know if my parts are normally here, so it just look good here, but over here look a little. I gotta get it together.
I can't talk
like she ratchet.
Like she ain't fine with it on the right or left. You know what I'm saying? She gotta stop.
You right, girl.
Anywho,
like when. So Jen talking about if y'all can talk about monogamy, I gotta sign out.
No. We're not gonna talk about it
here
because we can't give it a week.
Just go watch it.
Y'all make sure because again, tomorrow is episode 3. Y'all get it together now. Come on,
y'all better go catch up on 1 and 2 before we drop it on our YouTube channel, and it will be full spoiler alerts every week when we drop it. So if you did not watch it, you better click off and don't watch it until you watch it and come back and see us watch what we got to say. Put in your comments. Let us know how you feel. For those who don't know, there is a show out. New 3rd season is out. Everybody joining in. Who's coming in, going out. Monogamy, All Black, ALLBLK. Go follow them on Instagram. It was what it was.
What?
UMC.
It used to be UMC, yes.
Yeah.
Now it's All Black.
But the series is Craig Ross Jr.'s Monogamy. This is the 3rd season, you guys. Y'all know all the cast members. Let's go ahead and break it down before we jump into our topics. We have, I always say Eddie Winslow. Always say...
Darius McCrary, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eddie Winslow is in the thing, and you got the real name.
Yes, Darius McCrary. Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then we have, y'all already know Jill Marie. She is from Girlfriend.
Jill Marie Jones. Yes. Miss Tony Childs.
Yeah, I know Miss Tony Childs is in that thing.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of characters that you guys may recognize.
Okay, I feel like they would recognize all of them. Like, I literally knew all of them.
That's true.
Before I watched it.
That's true.
Yeah.
But if you guys don't know, you go to our page. You could look at our before last post.
Yeah.
It shows us going like gasping, like, oh my God, this is not happening as a season opener. Because, honey, it just blew us out of the park.
Yes.
So anyway, y'all go ahead and catch up on that. Watch that, because we will be going live tomorrow. If you don't want to see no spoiler, do not come to our page tomorrow night. We're watching it live so that we can have our reaction. So anyway, moving on. First topic for tonight, Shayla.
First topic of the night. All right. First topic of the night. Oh, also,
let's check in with Michael K. Let's just drop that.
Yes, Michael K.
Rest in heaven.
Rest in heaven, yes.
Goes to Michael K. Williams. Thank you, Frederick McCoy. We had it on here too, but shout out to, not shout out, but prayers up to his family.
Yeah.
His friends.
Never a fun thing to hear that somebody passed. But again, as believers, we know what we believe.
He's in the best place.
And he gonna be, you know what I'm saying? He in the best place he can be. It ain't here. So, you know,
feel me?
You know, we pray that it just like, his family is comforted, and that's all you can really pray for.
Lord, you know, whenever you know,
whenever it's time,
your girl is ready to go. You know, not like that ready, but y'all know what I mean.
Yes,
yeah. So anyway, moving on. But yeah, it's just sad to hear about how he passed away.
Yeah.
You guys, please try your best to stay away from that. I don't know if it's true, false, or negative. If it is true, stay away from that fentanyl, a drug that's like lacy and all of that. Like, people are really dying from the drug, and we just try to promote that. You know, you try your best. Sometimes addictions are tricky to handle because there are real addictions. I had an uncle who was addicted to drugs, so I know it is a struggle, it is a battle. And we always, you know, we've seen DMX, we've seen so many people. So if you guys can just try to be as careful as you can,
and seek help. If you have an issue, don't be afraid to. Everybody has something. Everybody has something that they, you know, that's hard for them to shake. You know what I'm saying?
We all have different levels of things.
Yeah.
We're all addicted to something, no matter, I don't care if it's addicted to a part over here instead of a part on this side. You know, and I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm dead serious. You know what I mean? So we all have our own little things, our vices, no matter if it's oatmeal cookies, no matter what it is. We all have something. But if you do stumble and fall that day, man, keep in mind that there's some bad drugs out here that's happening, and just try your best to stay away from them. And that's all I have nothing else to say.
Yeah.
You know, because it's sad, but at the same time, understand the struggles of addiction. And it is very real.
What's up, the Detroit Live?
Shout out to everybody who's joining, everybody who's watching. So yeah, rest in heaven to him. And
all right. So I think we are gonna go ahead and
start with our first
topic. And of course,
let's get it, girl.
Because I went looking for names because I didn't want to mess up or pronounce anybody's name incorrectly. Now I messed up and lost page. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna start with something a little light, just starting off today, a little light. All right. So, would you all agree that? Okay. Well, let me preface it with this.
Go ahead.
If you've been on IG at all, you've probably seen the story about the Instagram model who passed away because she was attacked and murdered in her own home, and then the actual murderer actually killed himself after.
Yes.
And
I don't play them
again,
games.
rest in peace to her as well. And it's crazy because some of these comments that I'm seeing under the stories that are being written about the whole situation just people just basically saying, like, you know, she shouldn't, if she wouldn't have did this, if she wouldn't dress like that, she wouldn't blah blah blah, she wouldn't probably never had that issue. It's just things that people say is crazy.
You know what? It's what I don't like about society sometimes, because it's always a girl's fault on why men do this. No, they behind scene accountability. They need to be able to handle themselves. They need to be able to not see something and always take it out of turn. Just because you see a little shoulder, it's a problem. Like, you have a problem if you can't see somebody's shoulder, which means you should never go to Miami Beach. You should never go to somebody's pool. You should never go anywhere. Like, it's just, I'm sick of hearing the narrative of she shouldn't have wore this. She shouldn't be this. She shouldn't do that. She wouldn't have got raped. She wouldn't have got killed. She wouldn't have got stopped. Like, no. Dudes are just messed up in their head, bro.
Some dudes.
Yeah, we know some. But because we ain't talking about all of y'all.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it's just crazy that women are always blamed for that. Then you have the women who are fully head to toe and they still get the drama. Because men are some men simply have issues. And it's time that they get accountability and take some type of something, like...
So basically, someone said something about not knowing what happened.
And it gets me riled up because I am a woman who gets it all the time. Like, I could barely show a shoulder because I'm offsetting somebody.
And definitely now that you're
girl, we're not even
that's gonna be a whole nother thing. But again, so basically the whole thing was they're saying that he was basically a stalker of hers and he attacked her in her home and he strangled her to death. Basically, and then he took his own life.
So what's your question?
So my question is, do you all agree? Do you all think that women need to present themselves to the world the way they want to be approached?
No.
Okay.
Because you can have on whatever. It should not be my responsibility as a woman to have to tip-tap, tutu around any man because I feel like he may rape me. I feel like he may become a stalker of mine simply because of what I wear, of what I say, of how I look. So you're basically saying how God created me was an error, and we know that ain't the girl. Don't have me. See, this is too much for me. Y'all, this topic too much for me. I just know, no, I don't think we should have to, because what happens when we're at the beach? What happens when we're at the beach? Let's talk about it. What happens when we're at a water park? So we should have on a full head to toe, covering our head down to our toes. You shouldn't see nothing but our eyes. And God forbid if your eyes are beautiful, my God. You're enticing me with your eyes. Like, bro, like, there has to be a level of accountability for the man to know that regardless.
Yeah.
So you're trying to say when your daughter goes out the house, when these little girls get kidnapped and these little girls get sexually assaulted, you're trying to say your little girl at 5 years old has enticed this grown behind man to kidnap her, to rape her because of how she looks?
Mm-hmm.
That is...
Well, again, I mean,
full of it.
Again, you know how, I mean, we know how we feel about this,
and that's
this
how I feel about it, child.
And again, I think most women have had the experience of, especially if in their younger days, most likely of wearing certain things and getting certain, having men say certain things to them as they're walking by or touching them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Again, we most of us have probably experienced that at some point.
Yeah.
Again, and I just feel like, even though I don't think that it's wise because of the world we live on, it shouldn't be okay. I just don't think that it's wise that we do certain things. Now, the beach, certain things are called for. Like, obviously, you're at the beach. That's, okay, you're wearing a bathing suit, you're doing whatever. But some of these attires now are getting a little extra for, going to the Publix. Or going to your local grocery store.
It still
doesn't give the mall. It doesn't give you. It doesn't give a man. No, it doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't
to say that he owns this woman
it
because
doesn't.
How she looks.
It doesn't.
When men do it, this is what I don't like. Because when men do it, it's not a problem. When men can walk around with their shirts off, men can have their shirts off. The men can have on these tights, these sweats. How you know they're not appeasing to us when they look cute? How you know they're not appeasing to us when they wear their little hats and their little shirts and their little whatever? Like, how you know it doesn't appease us? But we as women, we don't sit here and be like, oh, I'm going to take over him. Let me just take him in. Like, no.
No, I 100% agree. I just say that to women, just because it's not right for them to do doesn't mean you should not think twice about how you present yourself when you're walking outside of your door. Because everybody doesn't share your thought. Everybody doesn't feel the way you feel. Now, I'd rather find ways or be better off at feeling like I'm protecting myself than putting myself in harm's way by doing certain things. Now, I'm not saying all things, and some people are just crazy, and it just is what it is. You can have on some leggings and a long sleeve shirt and some sneakers, and they just thought that was, appealing to them. It could be any little thing to someone who is crazy.
It's power. Men feel like they have the power over us, no matter if we're just period. And not all men. Y'all know how we feel on this podcast. Is that when we say men, we don't say all. We know everybody is not the same. Of course not.
Yeah.
It's just a simple fact that the power trip of men, even when it comes down to our bodies, we can't even have an abortion if we wanted to in Texas.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's deep. It's deeper than clothes. This goes back to generations and generations and generations when women couldn't even vote. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're coming into something trying to have a voice, and God forbid to have a voice like myself. Honey, you talk too much. But baby, this is how it's gonna be. You know what I mean?
Okay. So
but all I'm saying is that it doesn't matter what the woman has on, man. It shouldn't matter.
It shouldn't, but it does. Unfortunately,
I mean,
it's the life that we live in.
But I don't condone a woman to say, I'm gonna walk out this house with a drape on because I don't want to. No,
I agree with that. I just think that lately, in today's times, we have taken certain things and certain attire way too far, way too far.
What I can say, when I used to have my dog, when I have to walk my dog, what I can say, I used to go out the house making sure I'm like that anyway. I try to be as overprotective of myself as possible.
Yes, she definitely is that. That's co-signing.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, and I take a lot of precautions to make sure that because I know men are crazy, right? So I'm gonna go back to my dog before I say that. But when I used to walk my dog, I used to have to put on sweats and a whole hoodie to go walk my dog. I shouldn't have to do that. I should not have to do that.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't have to do that. No.
So then now I'm trying to protect myself from the threat of being raped or taken advantage of or something like that while I'm walking the dog at nighttime. And now I'm being looked at crazy as a black woman in a hoodie and in sweats. So it's like either way it go, it's something in this dog America. So at this point in life, my thing is you just go with what your heart tells you to do. And when you get caught off guard, because some women can be looking regular and they still get raped and they still get sexually assaulted and they don't walk out the house looking with they don't have none of that going on and it still happens. So my thing is I don't condone women to dress for the day because oh my God, I'm going to get raped today or I'm going to get sexually assaulted today or I may get killed and strangled in my apartment. Somebody may have been following me for 3 months and today has just been that day, like that young lady.
That day,
You know what I mean? No matter how many days she was covered up, no matter none of that. They just saw probably one day. Or they was just, you know what I mean? So it's just like, being a woman is always difficult. And we just want the guys to kind of understand that and take accountability when they see another guy who is in that light of trying to take their power over women and stand up for us. Because it could be your daughter, it could be your mother, it could be your auntie, it could be your grandmother, it could be whoever. And they rape old ladies as well. And an old lady? What she got going? What she wearing then?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter to me. And like I said, women, if you have an inkling, do what you got to do. If you have to wear a hoodie and sweats to walk your dog, do that. Like for me, that's my inkling. But I'm not about to go out the house every single day worried that somebody is going to follow me home or attack me because I look so beautiful.
Yeah.
In their eyes. No, I'm not living in fear like that. I'm going to live my life. My ancestors have fought for me to be here. They have fought very hard. A lot of them have lost their life for me to stand here. And I will not put myself under a rug or wear a rug. So a man won't look at me and acknowledge how God has created me. Baby, I'm a woman and hear me roar. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, so again, like Angie makes a great point. And again, I 100% agree with her. 100% agree with her. But I do think that it is just smart for us to be a little more careful about what we do and understand that everyone does, even though that's how it should be, that's not the reality that we live in. And we have to be careful. We still have to be careful. You have to be mindful and understand that if those are the things that you're going to do, understand that what comes with that, unfortunately, and you have to be very protective of yourself. You're not even a woman who does some of the things that I'm even thinking of in my head. Like that's not you, but just by being you, just by looking the way you look, unfortunately, it's reality, and that's the world that we live in. So you are protective of your space, of areas that you move in, and all of that kind of stuff. And that's not, you shouldn't have to do that, but it's the reality that you live in and that a lot of women live in. So I think what that question is basically just like, yes, guys, obviously, fellas, think about how you would tell your daughter to deal with that kind of situation. But on top of that, ladies, just be mindful. Yes, you should be able to live your life how you want to live it and dress how you want to dress and all of that kind of thing. But unfortunately, the world we live in, y'all just be mindful of that and be careful about how you move out here in these streets. That's pretty much where I was kind of trying to go with that. Just be careful. Just be careful. Do you, but be careful.
I forgot to do my drink for tonight.
Go
myself down a little bit, because that topic,
cool herself down, y'all. Go ahead.
It's very heated.
Go
ahead.
I am
one of those women who have to protect herself.
Yeah.
Who have been in situations where things just went left.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's just, I'm speaking from a person who really experienced their life, who had to move, who had to. You understand? Like, I still don't feel like none of this is not. I'm not gonna blame myself. Yeah. I don't want any woman to blame herself, any young woman to blame herself, because it's not your fault. It's crazy, idiotic, weak men who feel like having a power over us. They do that. And they say that. And they feel that. I can't control your feelings, baby. If you want to see nobody wear clothes, you need to go across the water where there's a whole culture of women who wear head to toe, eyes out only. And I feel very passionate because, again, I am one of those women. A lot of ways. I don't care what nobody says. That's my opinion. And I feel, ladies, you do you. Yes, be mindful. But do not live in fear. Do not live in fear. Because that could turn into a whole bunch of stuff. It could turn into anxiety. It would turn into depression. It would turn into a lot that people don't even think about. They're just thinking about some clothes and some. Forget that. It's deeper than that. So tonight I'm drinking Topo Chico.
As she sips on Topo Chico.
Sparkling water. Today's flavor is the twist of lime. And that tastes very good.
Oh gosh.
And that's my vibe, and that's how I feel. So she did on the first time. I sure am. Moving on.
Hold on. I gotta read some comments. G Money Man. I'm sorry, y'all. On Twitch, what's up? I have those convos with my daughter all the time, as you should.
Yeah.
And as all men.
Yeah. With their wives too, and their girlfriends, and their mothers, and their aunts, and their cousins, and their goddaughters, and their whoever you have that's a woman. Whoever has a vagina. Yes, I could say vagina. Absolutely. Because, whoever has that, we have to always, like, ain't nobody finna be out here, oh my God, man. Who got time for that, bro? Because y'all dudes can do whatever y'all want to do, and we still can't. Like, that's the part I don't like. I don't like that. Why we don't tell men to watch what you're wearing? Don't look so sexy. Don't get a haircut. Don't get your beard taped up. Don't get a tape because you're gonna look so sexy for women. Don't wear nothing tight. Don't wear these tight shirts. Don't wear these little tight behind pants. Don't wear these type of shoes that match and look good with you. That's dumb. So why should we do it? It's just dumb. Y'all think about it. Girl, let me move on to my...
Soldier Man on YouTube says, God will always protect you, but in the meantime, always be watchful of your surroundings. Of course.
Ooh, That just get me heartburn. And
y'all see certain topics just take her there. Okay. Ooh. All right, y'all. So we're gonna move on.
This is what we do, and this is why we do it. This is what we do, and this is why we do it. So, speaking of that topic.
Oh, Princess. Okay. Go ahead. Princess in Paris on 95 on IG says, men be wearing sweats with the little print showing and everything. What if us women just walked up and grabbed it or commented? Yeah. They would probably like that, and
they would probably like it. But see, that's the problem.
But it's still disrespectful and should never happen.
Because that means, once again, it says that guys can do whatever they want. They can say whatever they want. They can do whatever it is they want.
It's all self-control.
And then when it comes to us, we have to go over there, shut up, wear a robe all day, every day. Don't put on a bonnet, though, because that's ghetto. Maybe just wear something over your head. Ghetto. Just don't show nothing. Only in the bedroom like a slave. Girl, bye. Moving on.
True thought that she lit on the first topic. Look, I forgot that she's very sensitive about this particular topic. I completely forgot. My bad.
This is what we do on Brains and Beauty, y'all. Get ready. This is how we talk. This when the topics are real, they're real. Shayla has her topics that when she go crazy for.
Yeah.
I have my topics.
Yes.
And I'm very low.
This is one of those that I forgot. I honestly forgot.
Nah, I should have left this.
I should have left this towards the end.
We don't sugarcoat Brains and Beauty, baby. This is what we do. This is why I'm here. This is why we don't want episode 117. This is why I have still signed up to do this, because we are real here. We like to. This is where we come out and speak. Moving on.
Boo. Go ahead.
Women shooting their shots.
Oh, Lord.
We want to hear. I have as a topic, how does a very demanding career affect relationships? We're going to get into that one, G Money. I like that topic. God.
Reread yours. I was reading it.
Read it. Princess, don't grab if you ain't ready. See, Trill Talk, we can't have you on here.
You know, Trill Talk always say something crazy. He always say something crazy. Okay.
It's crazy. Okay. So women shooting their shots. How do men feel about women shooting their shots? And ladies, how do you shoot your shot nowadays in 2021?
If I was single, I ain't.
Shayla, how would you shoot a shot?
I ain't.
What you mean you ain't?
Shooting my shot?
Yeah.
At a man?
Yeah. So you trying to tell me you won't do nothing, Shay?
Am I gonna go after a man?
I didn't say go after. I did let him know that
I'm interested.
I didn't say that. I said, what would be your definition of shooting your shot? What would be your definition of shooting a shot? If you see a man that you like, what would be your definition of shooting a shot? You don't have to be like, hey, I like you. Do you like me? My name is Chucky. Like, you don't have to do that.
I don't know. I don't know how I would shoot my shot.
Yeah, you've been married for 1,000 years.
I truly don't know. I don't even know what I would say. Like, I don't know.
G Money Man said, what about, hey, bro?
No.
That is a wrong shot. No.
We're not saying that.
She gonna magically be near him whenever he turn around. That's what Check and Mate said.
Nah.
Women that shoot their shot 70% of the time look like Lil Nas.
What?
What is y'all talking about?
Okay, wait. Maybe clearly explain to me shooting their shot, because I'm thinking like her approaching him, and I'm not doing that. So that's why I say I don't know what you mean shooting your shot.
So
like or just showing interest. Is that all you're asking?
Yeah, like okay, yeah. Maybe showing your shot is more culturally right to say. How would you show that you're interested in the person?
Okay. And how would I show that I'm interested?
Yeah.
I don't know
in this climate.
You know, I don't know. I feel like I still smile at everyone, so I can't say smile. I don't know.
Princess in Paris is hilarious, girl.
Long as I get okay. I really don't know. I don't know. Conversation, just not being quick and shooing you off, basically, which is most of the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're just not showing you off, I guess. Just being available to talk and all of those kinds of things, like smiling, and if you invite me somewhere, I'm going, and I don't know. I'm not doing much more than that. So
invite you somewhere, you going?
Yeah, if you invite me somewhere,
so that's your.
I'm gonna invite myself and maybe my girls with
me. How
you
because I
don't know
yourself? How you invite yourself?
I'm just saying,
somewhere?
If you invite me somewhere, I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna go with somebody because if I don't know you, I'm not gonna just go somewhere with you like that. But I wouldn't, invite a friend with me to go, whatever. Just showing interest by like showing up, having conversations, not finding reasons to not be dealing with you or don't really want to have no conversation with you and all that. Because when women ain't interested, it's clear. She giving you a fake name and you most likely know it. She coming up with all these things. I'm married, but ain't no ring on. All of these different things. Like, girl, no, what? I'm just saying, like, if I'm interested, you would know.
Yeah.
If I'm not, you would know. That's all I can really say. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm married. I don't know. I don't know.
I know you don't know.
I don't know.
This question is really for everybody. Chad say Shayla ain't shooting no shots.
Shayla ain't
smile. She might smile and entertain the convo, and
that's it. Pretty much. That's me in a nutshell.
Yeah. Mr. Convoz said, a woman asked me, could she buy me a drink? Thought she was being funny, but she was for real. We dated for 3 years.
Yeah, I'm not buying no man a drink. I'm not offering that. Would you offer that?
Absolutely not.
Exactly. No, I'm not offering a man a drink. No.
It's only so much you can really do, right? Depending on when you meet the person. So if you're out and about, I think, eye contact, and
that's a big one. Because that's body language, of course.
Yeah, I think body language. If you're out and about, right? So if you see somebody, they keep looking at you. You keep looking at them. They keep looking at you. You keep looking at them. You're gonna see if they're gonna. For me, I won't be like, bro, like stop looking at me. What you want? You want my number? Like I won't do that. Yeah. Like I'll try to be available. So when they do approach me, I'm like,
it shows.
Kind of be available.
I just think I just don't see. I don't know.
But when it's online, it's a little different because I think online it's a little tough. Like I saw this video, which made me think about this. What?
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm laughing at a G Money Man. Oh God. 0123 says Shayla is analytically quiet. She will size you up with her eyes if she was single.
Child, Lord.
And I can't say that you're lying. I really can't. I really can't say that you're lying. I'm not a shoot your shot kind of person.
True Talk say women should shoot their shots. You never know what you may be missing and waiting on him to do. Man support to respect a woman. Yeah.
That's true. But at the same time, most women who aren't gonna shoot their shot are willing to bypass that particular chance because they're looking for a particular man.
Yeah. I think
and online, I'm just not.
No, I get it. And you can't even get your mindset in it because you just haven't. You're not in it.
I'm not in it, but I just feel like even if I was, like, I'm just not. I
don't think it's like shooting. I think it's just like showing that you're interested, right? Like for example, online, it's a fine line between you're actually supporting somebody and liking their stuff versus like this woman. She was like her shooting her shot is liking somebody's stuff and then waiting for them to do the DM after.
Okay, so that's okay.
And she said, and this was on,
either, but okay.
This was on who podcast? This is where I get the thing from. And she basically was just saying she'll like 10 things, like back to back, and most likely that man will come in her DM like, "Hey, I see you. What's up?" Like she basically said, "Men are just easy." So
I would agree with that though. Men are easier than us. Like we are more standoffish. We're harder to get. Y'all are very easy to get. Ain't too much you got to say to get y'all interested.
I don't really shoot shots, but it's hard to decipher with me, like because I may like a post on somebody that I actually like, but they will never know it. I'm not gonna be like, hey, bro.
She would never.
No, ma'am.
Never.
So sometimes it's just literally supporting people, which is so hard to do in this doggone age. You can't even support people. But then at the same time, you just would never know. So if you see it, that's up to you. And if you don't, you don't. And if you see it, you don't make... Yeah. Nothing I can really do.
There is no way that anybody would ever figure out how you were shooting your shot.
They will see that I'm interested in if I go on a date, if I if we don't go on another date, you know why? Because I'm not interested. I've seen what I had to see, and it was a no for me. You know, I just can't visualize down. There's nothing wrong with that. You gotta just find you somebody, and I'll find my somebody. But you know, if I go on a date, that's enough. If I've said yes to that, like that's enough. Like, what else do you want out of me? My God.
Okay, so there's no way that you would ever be able to let somebody know that you like them without them initiating it first.
Absolutely, I cannot do it.
Okay,
I cannot.
That's what I know. That's what they want to know. So that's what I'm just asking the question for them.
Okay, let's wait for that to pop back up. Hold on, you guys, until we get a better service, because right now we're in the reds. I never reposted it, but it's up. Doesn't matter.
Let's see.
Okay, now we're back. We're a little bit better.
All right, so
what comments we have?
Trill Talk TV says all you got to do is wink.
Like this.
Yo,
I don't even know how to do
she
that.
Doesn't even know. Let me tell y'all something about her. This girl, she don't even know how to flirt. And I used to think she was lying. Like I used to be like, girl, bye. Like, who don't know how to flirt?
I don't know how to flirt.
She has no clue, and I know that's hard to understand, but she really doesn't have any clue on flirting is for her.
Look, I be trying, but it's gonna be coming out the way I be thinking. Like, I be trying to say it, but it just don't.
Girl.
Y'all,
I can't.
I do a lot of stuff amazing in my life.
But flirting ain't one of them.
Flirting just ain't it, baby. I can't be perfect now.
I can't with you.
He said my wink was weak. Man, say, what's your flirt face? My flirt face.
Y'all don't understand. She doesn't know.
My flirt face is probably like,
what the look. Did you see that just now? What is that? What about that was playing? What about, okay, wait a minute. I want one person to give her a scenario and tell her to respond to your scenario. Give her a scenario, and then she will respond to your scenario what she thinks flirting is to that scenario, and y'all gonna be like, "What in the world?" She has no clue. She's completely oblivious. She doesn't know. I've heard her.
I'm telling you. So you ain't got no game. I ain't got no game for him.
Chaz, okay. Chaz on IG says she does blush though. She does, but Angie blushes over food and stuff too. So you never really know if it's like about you or if it's just because she thought something was cute or funny. Like, you don't really know.
Because you don't.
I feel like then you be trying to mask it, trying to be hard and stuff, girl. So give me in a scenario.
No. It's not about me trying to be hard. It's just like I want to make sure I fully get to know the person before I just jump the gun. You know what I mean?
But a smile and a flirt and a certain kind of body language isn't necessarily you making sure of anything. It's just showing interest.
I show interest because I'm there. My presence is really my interest.
Get to the part though.
No, but that's my love language. Like, to have my time is my love language. Like, that's number one. I've said that on episode 5 of this podcast, and we on 117.
Yes, but how do you get you got to get to the date?
Yes, but me showing up to the date is the flirt.
How are you going to get to the date if you're not showing interest? That's my point. So a rant, come on, Ed. A man cannot just come up to you and say, "Hey, I think you're I think you're beautiful. Yeah. You know, I don't know you, but I would love to get to know you. You know, how about me taking you up? I don't see you saying yes to that.
You see me saying no to everybody who asks me on a date?
No, but I also don't see you just saying yes to that either. You're very specific on kind of what you're looking for. So I feel like there's got to be something that shows interest for him to even want to ask you.
Here's the interest, okay? The interest, if you ask me and I'm responding to you,
okay,
you got my number. You have asked me to go somewhere and I said, okay, I'll meet you there. Like, what else do you want? I get there, we're talking. I'm still sitting in front of you 30 minutes later, an hour later, 2 hours later. Like, that's my interest. Again, that's my beginning. My after that, when you deserve me to be like, oh, whatever that is.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay.
He said episode 122, we're going to give my advice.
Look.
Chaz, how am I lying, Chaz?
Okay, no, ain't nobody gave a situation yet. I'm waiting on the situation. G
Money Man communication. So me communicating with you, me stopping what I'm doing to include you in my life, that's dope. Like,
but you're talking about once you're already there. We're not talking about that. We're talking about.
Give me it again. I thought I just said it.
Okay, so just simply, how would somebody approach you, and how would you show interest if you've never met them and they've never met you?
Okay.
How do you show interest in even being interested and want to do anything with them, other than saying yes?
Talking to them.
So some random man in the street that you've never met before can come up to you and just say, Angie, I think you're beautiful. Never met you before. I've heard about you though, and you just seem like an amazing woman. I would love to take you out. Okay. How do you show interest?
My interest is I'm going, like, what do you mean? I will go out. That's my interest. Like, that's step one. Now, if you ask me, I'd be like, oh no, I'm good. That means I'm good. It's a no for me.
So it's sincerely, you don't know anything about them based off simply looks.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not about looks. It's about approach in my discernment. I have a discernment about myself.
So for you, it's about your discernment.
Yeah.
It's about how you feel about that person initially.
How they talking, like, for some reason, I just got it. And so when you're talking to me, and if I don't get it, you just don't get God.
If it's not your
Chaz, why you keep saying lies?
Look.
He talking about Angie need an old school box. Check.
Do you like me? Yes or no?
Y'all know I get kind of burpy.
Especially drinking that Topo Chico.
Did you say it right? Topo Chico?
I think it's how you Topo Chico, right? I said it right.
Topo Chico.
Lord have mercy.
Okay, G Money Man said, what about equally yoked? You can't tell that immediately. You can't tell it immediately, but you sure could tell it within an hour.
So basically for her, first impressions are everything. That first impression, you see the face? That first impression, baby, is everything. Because I normally, if I'm out with her and somebody comes up to her, I automatically know whether she's going to say yes or no or not.
Yes or no in what way? What do you mean yes or no?
And how they approach you. I already know if you're going to just be like, basically just shoo them away, or if you're going to be like nice about shooing them away, or if you have some kind of interest. But that's only because I know you. Someone who doesn't know you would have no clue.
I just feel like if a guy asks me out and I feel like, okay, he may have a possibility, maybe something that I like about him.
Okay.
Of course. Yes. Hi, my name is Angela. Whatever the case is. Yes. Can I take you out? Sure. But he has to be aggressive. Like, he can't just be waiting for me to be like, oh, let's go out. I'm not going to say it. So that's the problem. I think sometimes men too are now used to women being extra. They always say they don't want to aggress or female, which is supposed to be
like
me.
Today they do.
But they do.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
That's enough.
So for me, I may have this one way, but I also have this other way where if you don't say it, if you don't take initiative, if you're not at it, I feel like I feel like it's not that important to you.
Okay.
So if you can't be straight up and you can't be, you know what, I like you, Angela, something. I don't know how the conversation will go, whatever the words is said. If you're not the aggressor to try to lock something in with me, too bad for you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But if I respond and I accept, then sure.
Chad says he can't shoot his shot too aggressive or too timid. Agreed. If so, she out. Yes. So
y'all not gonna be.
That is true though.
That is not true.
Okay. Anywho, y'all, basically, first impressions are everything. And women shooting their shots. I don't really agree with the whole kind of shooting your shot thing. For women to be the aggressor, I just don't think that's wise. I get it, but y'all, I think people even making the comment that, well, you don't know what you're missing if you don't do A, B, C, and D. So that means you're saying that I'm desperate, or I don't trust that the Lord's gonna bring me who's supposed to be here.
I just feel like
I don't agree with that.
When Buddy steps to me, whoever he is or whoever they would be, I would just know to say, yes, I know how to entertain something the best way I can. Mm-hmm. Now, you're not going to get your wife off the top, just like I don't expect you to be my husband off the top. But at the same time, I got to see some type of something in you to say, you know what? I can respect him. I can't, like all of these things. Like if I don't see something of that in the beginning for me, even though it should go vice versa, but just for me, it's a no for me. It's a no. It's no need for me to flirt with somebody who I just don't.
D Pepper.
I feel like it's a gift. I feel like it's a gift. Like I just feel like I don't like to give away parts of myself already. I don't like to give away parts of myself to every old body. You know what I mean? I feel like after they can get to a certain point and like all these things, you get like, it's like, not playing the game. I had to put myself like playing the game. But it's like levels to this. You feel me? Like, just because you come in and smile and be all quirky in the first day doesn't mean you're going to be like that in 90 days or whatever days. You know what I mean? So I just feel like I don't give myself fully away. And no man can never say, if I went on a date with them once or twice, can never say, oh, she was so flirty. Like, she was so lovable. Like, you're not going to get that. So I like to say that for men who deserve that from me and not just give it away easily. And it's not that I'm guarding or trying to be hard to get. It's just what I have is just for the right person. And any old bodies can't have access to it. It's not easy. Just because you have a key of, hello, my name is Carlton. That's not a key to unlock everything I have for a man. No, period. Not to say he don't deserve some little flirt, but if I like you, I like it. If I don't, I don't. There's no book. If I like you, I like you. If I don't, I don't.
Okay. Soldier Man on YouTube says, depends on the vibe and the connection. Flirting comes after earning respect.
You have to earn. You got to get, you know what I mean? You have to earn that. G Money Man said, level up, bro. Level up.
And D Pepper, I don't know if you heard, but yes, we will be reviewing. We will be putting up our review of the new monogamy season real soon. So just check our page.
Yeah.
In the next,
I don't know. I just episode 125. Shoot your shot with Miami.
Yeah. Look, I already said we should have a little. You know what I'm saying?
Talk say nah. Some guys think you're taken or maybe not interested. It's not that. I just feel like the right man who wants me, who needs me in his life, he's not worried about me talking about too much less,
and not worried about rejection.
He's not worried about no rejection. He knows who he is. He knows who he not. He knows that she's just that type of woman. She not easy like that. Ain't no, everybody can't say they had that side of Angie, and I get it. Like, he understands it's not me just being guarded just to be guarded because of no hurt or bitterness. It has nothing to do with it. I just feel like I have something amazing for my man, and I don't want every little Tom, Jerry, nappy head, straight hair, whoever, bald head, whoever it is, to be able to say they have had a side of me that nobody would probably ever have. You know what I mean? Like, I take pride in that. Probably too much pride. I don't want to have it on a pedestal, but at the same time, I just want to make sure for myself that my man gets things that no other man could probably never get. You understand? So that's how I look at it. And that's it.
All right.
In so many ways. What else we got before we move on?
All right, hold on. Let me just read some sleeves.
Mr. Convoz, in other words, it's a vibe or your energy that gets women to respond to you. If you don't like If you don't have confidence, some women just can't see it, and it's a turn off.
It is
because if a man if a man wants to get to know you, he has to see you. He has to meet you. He gonna step to me in a way that I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say let's go. I'm gonna say let's go out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna agree.
It says something about your manager, about your manners. It says something about how your respect level towards women. It says something about all that. Approach says something. So fellas, when y'all just think the hey red and the hey whatever and all of this kind of foolishness, it's just like you talking to little girls, works on grown women. It, you know, maybe some of them it do, and obviously it does because you know they stay with a man or whatever. But for the most part, to a certain kind of women, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
It just shows how you gonna handle our life if you was that man.
Yeah.
Are you gonna step up to the plate and get things handled? Or you gonna be waiting for me to direct us every type of way? But you want me to submit to you and you're gonna be the leader, right? So I need you to lead right now. Lead the conversation.
From the beginning.
Lead the date. Get me out there. Show who you are. And if you can't do that, that's fine, because that means down the line you won't be able to do it either. For me or the kids. For me in our careers, for me in our goals, for me and you in our future, our legacy and everything. Yeah, you won't step up then. If you can't get past whatever you see with me now, you're just not that person. But the right man ain't gonna look. They gonna look past that.
Yep.
You feel me?
Yep.
They looking past that and say, whatever it is, like that.
That's why I said the shooting the shot thing. I really don't understand, because I just feel like women shouldn't be doing that. But, you know, that's just me.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, moving on to the next topic. Thank y'all for putting y'all 2 cents on that one.
This is good.
All right. So, next topic.
Pepper absolutely approaches everything. And lastly, G Money Man, y'all
educated. Y'all have goals. Y'all got expectations, etc., etc.
I know.
All right, guys. Third topic. This is probably going to be the last topic of the night.
You got one. I got one more.
Okay. Is having kids with multiple women considered reckless, even if you can afford them?
Say it.
If having kids with multiple, is having kids with multiple women considered reckless, even if you can afford them?
It depends on the person. It depends on the perspective of people. Because
I'm out on this one.
because like, for example, Nick Cannon is a perfect example.
Yes.
So he's out, he's creating his generational whatever he got going on. He can't afford it. Is it reckless? No, because the other women are okay with him creating a new child with him. So that's it's all in a woman who receives a man who already has 4 kids or 3 kids. If she feels like, you know what, that's his path, that's what he does. He has a goal. He wants to replenish the earth, and if he can afford them, great. If he could be in their lives too, because it ain't just about the money. If he could be in their lives, great. And if that's that woman, she says, you know what, I like him, I love him, I don't mind having a baby with him, no matter if he has X amount of kids. Long as he's there for my child, I'm good. Like, every woman is different, so I don't really have.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's what I have about that. That's what I say about that.
Okay, so again, the question is having kids with multiple women considered reckless, even if you can afford them?
What about you? How you feel?
And I personally believe it is reckless.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that not from the standpoint of just because you being able to take care of them, because again, most of the time, the money is not the issue. One, money comes and goes. We're not talking about that. I think the biggest issue is being present in those children's lives on a day-to-day.
I agree.
If you're out here sowing your seed to multiple women all over the place, there's no way humanly possible that you can be a part of that child's life the way it is intended for you to be. You can't. How can you really guide them and lead them and how could you do that when you got 5 when you got 6, 7, 8 other ones all spread all over the place? So when you working, when are you seeing them on a regular?
Yeah.
When are you? No, I just feel like it's not. And I think a lot of times we always revert back to, well, if you could take care of them, what's the problem? It's not about the money. It's not about the money. We're talking about who you're raising and what they turn out to be and how they turn out to be, what they turn out to become. I just feel like that's, regardless of the money, that's just, it's reckless. It's absolutely reckless.
I mean,
especially just to be doing it all willy-nilly, like it just don't matter. Like,
again, it's not that they don't matter. It's that the people who they do it with don't care. That's not their focus. Everybody different, you know? And I don't know. Like I say, it's up to those women. It's up to those women who agree with that type of lifestyle, because it could be looked at in some type of way, even though it is his blood, it could be looked at in some type of way down the line as some mentorship type stuff where you don't have the direct connection, and it could break some of the kids. It can, because he has to be all over. But at the same time, you know, you think about generations before our fathers and our granddads, like how they used to have families in different areas and different states or whatever. At least the person, you know what I mean, I'm gonna have to take a little bit of the positive side of it and say at least they're willing to be a part of it. And it may not be the perfect part, because kids can have parents in their house every day and it still don't work out right. The kid is still damaged.
True.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
So it doesn't, to me, I just don't feel that. But I feel like if he's willing to be a part of their life, no matter how many times a week or how many times a month, long as he's there to do his best, he has to have to face the consequences that one day the kids are going to tell him either how great of a dad he was or how bad of a dad he was. It is going to always depend on, back to the mom too, on how she takes care of that situation when he's not there and how she speaks about him. Because I was a child who had a dad in different place, and he had kids and got remarried and all of that. You know what I mean? So he did the best that he could do back then. And it didn't really affect me majorly in the times of me growing up. You know what I mean? So it was just like, he did the best that he could. And that's a lifestyle about a parent. You could be there every day and you still getting it wrong. Then your child go to drugs and your child run away from you. You're giving that child everything that you're supposed to do, and they see you every morning, every night. That doesn't make a difference to me, because kids gonna be kids, and how you raise them, just because you think it's perfect, still ain't perfect. You got some of the richest men, richest couples that have two little kids together. He ain't got no more kids. And them kids going crazy, calling them out, driving them insane, never at home, stressing them parents out. And there's only two of them to deal with every day. The girls ain't grown up the way they supposed to have grown up, because the moms have taught them to do this and take care of their body. Like, and the girls out here doing whatever they want to do. And they have their mother right there. They have the father right there. That does not matter. You know? So it still comes down to whatever. But they're going to have to face the consequences of being away when those kids grow up, and how that can come off. And that's all.
I agree. And
I
agree. No, of course. I agree. And that's why we have these conversations. Yeah. I get it. I understand it. But I just feel like it's irresponsibly setting your child up for failure. For issues that they didn't have to have, all because you wanted a night of passion. Or a night of whatever.
I don't know if it's setting the child up for failure.
Okay, let's see. Let's read some. Let's read some topics.
Some of the kids who are single mothered, they come out to be dope people. Let's look at LeBron. Not to say he's a perfect guy. Not to say set up for failure, because emotionally he could be dealing with all type of stuff. But what I'm saying is, it has nothing to do with the father. Like, the father could either be there or not. And sometimes when God has that, your life planned out for you, that's the way it's gonna be planned out anyway. And you have to do your best. Oh, I got a burp so bad.
Okay, Mr. Convoz said, yes, it's irresponsible, period. Nothing manly about the complete opposite.
Yeah. G-Money said, I see both sides.
Yeah, no, I can understand both sides.
Yeah, and coming from a man, that's good for him to, to say that.
Yeah.
We have YouTube, but women with multiple baby daddies can be a problem too. Lack of stability.
100%. I 100% agree with you. It ain't different because it's the man. If it was the other way around, I still feel like it was irresponsible. Period.
I'm trying to think of people that I know that have multiple. I mean, women, multiple kids, multiple daddies. Yes, I know a few mothers who have multiple kids from multiple daddies. Mm-hmm. And do they do a child a disservice? Yeah, but at the same time, it can either backfire or not. Either it can backfire and show the kids, no matter if it's a daughter or a son, that life will always be broken and all of this type of stuff, or it can motivate the child to not want to be that. You understand? So you never know, you know, and being a believer, I can't go against the simple fact that whole wedlock thing I don't even believe in, because I feel like even when you have a child, like that child has purpose in his life. That child life has been granted by God. So even though it had to go through some brokenness to get here, it still got here, and God has purpose for it. And whatever their purpose for that child's life, no matter if it comes in, if it has 10 brothers and sisters from 10 other parents, that child has purpose. And that's how I look at it. Like I can't look at it in a different light. You know what I mean? There's no way, because that basically says that some lives are mistakes, and we know that's a lie. That means God is a lie, and we know He don't lie.
Amen.
So,
okay, and I'm gonna read Jason on YouTube. As was said, God got your master plan. You just have to do your part and be the best you can be, and do given your circumstances. From humble beginnings can come greatness.
Yeah,
I agree with that too.
And I think that was a dad above that.
Let's see, who is this? D Pepper on YouTube. Let's see. We only saw him once a week, but it was the most exciting day of our week. At the time, it was enough because he took care of us and my mother.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it all depends on the kids. So thank you for putting that, D Pepper. What was that's what he started out with.
In Miami, you made an excellent point that just struck with me that I didn't previously consider. My baby sister has a different father than I do, but I considered him my father as well.
Yeah.
I have a dad who I consider my dad, even though he's not my biological. I mean, it's not a guaranteed you'll not, your life will be jacked up or whatever.
That's all I'm saying.
It's not that. And in no way am I saying that. And I don't want anyone to think that I'm just saying like, oh, you just understand you're gonna be doomed. Like that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the choice to just willingly go out and do that and make the choice to have that child only be basically have to deal with one parent on a regular basis and have to share time or fight for time for you is irresponsible to me. That's just irresponsible to me. I get that it could happen anyway, even if you're together. I get all of that. I understand all of that. But
let me tell you what's irresponsible
it's a choice
to me.
that I have a
Let
problem
me tell you what's
with.
irresponsible. You have two parents in a household. What's irresponsible is that you're showing these kids how life shouldn't be directly in front of their eyes instead of life happening, and they see it happen regardless of how life happens. What's irresponsible is having two parents in the house, and you guys are not coming together to teach this child to be better, to break generational curses, to do all of these things that should not have happened the generation before. That's irresponsible, because now you show these kids who have two parents in the home versus the kids that are at school that they could be a little bit better than the ones who don't have two parents. But then when they get home, their life's still going crazy. And then sometimes it be the little kids who may not have both that they look at and be like, oh man, I wish my life was like that, because my mom and daddy, they always fight and they always whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that's irresponsible too. So I think again, it's about perspective. And at the end of the day, for me, it's just God has plans, baby. And if it takes your daddy to be a gigolo for you to come into this world, and he needs you to be whatever he needs you to be in this world, and you are number 10, and you are the 10th mother to have this baby, God will make it happen, because he doesn't make mistakes. And if that's the case, they just won't get pregnated. And if they do, like, I don't believe in bastard children. I don't believe in that. Like, I don't believe in wedlock, out of wedlock. No, because if you wasn't supposed to be here, you will miscarry. You won't just, it's a lot of things that would happen on why life would not come into the world. But when it does come into the world, you can't tell me God don't have a plan for that baby.
All right, let's see.
Pastor, co-pastor, Shay and Angela.
Let's see, Mr. Conweezy, and we're gonna let Angie move on to hers after this because we're over the hour. So
we're over the hour, but Mr. we're gonna get one more out.
On IG says DMX left a lot of kids to fend for themselves as well, and probably didn't do any estate planning. So they're more likely the poverty cycle will continue.
It possibly
can. And again, you know, guys, when we're having these kinds of conversations, again, there's so many different perspectives. Again, there's parts of the conversation that I 100% agree with Angie, and there's parts of my conversation that she understands with me. We just have different perspectives, and there's nothing wrong with that.
And you see what Ms. Convoz said about DMX kids. I get it. Like, maybe there wasn't no money, but guess what? It's one of his children could make a difference. And it may not be the one who makes the most money. Maybe it's the one who has the biggest heart. You know what I mean? That will break the generational cycle. Like, you just never know what the plans come out to be. So I always tell people, just because somebody doesn't have money and grows up without money does not make them to continue a cycle. I'm living proof of that. I'm one of those kids. I grew up a certain way. They did not deter me from not wanting to create a new life for myself versus what I saw. You know what I mean? So, and there's so many success stories like that. And not just about money. I'm talking about just getting out of that. Just getting out of the poverty part of it.
Yeah.
It ain't just all about the money, because again, you have parents who have all the money and they kids be in rehab at 14 years old. They have kids at 12. They run away from home at 8. And they have millions of dollars in the bank, the fanciest house, the biggest cars, all the cars, great food, you know? So it's an echo. Sorry. But I do, and it sure ain't easy. Let me tell you something. It ain't easy, especially when the devil don't want you to break it. You get extra pressure.
Yeah,
It is not easy. I do want to get to G Money's man for my final topic for the night.
Okay.
He basically said earlier, how does a very demanding career affect relationships?
How does a very demanding career affect? I mean, it affects them. It affects it as much as you will allow it to affect it. It's about the people who are in the relationship and what you're willing to do and what you understand you all have to do in order to make your relationship work. Everyone's different, and there's no one way or one way, right way to do anything. But in your relationship, if certain things are important to you, that person has to make sure, that other person has to make sure that those needs are still being met, regardless of the demanding nature of your job.
They have to find a way.
You have to find a way. You find a way no matter what. And that's how you become successful in your relationship. If it doesn't work if y'all don't understand what that other person needs, and it doesn't, and you're using excuses all the time, like work, to get through doing what you're supposed to do to, you know, take care of your partner emotionally, mentally, all of that.
Yeah.
Period. I mean, I don't. There's nothing else really I can say about it. If you're not willing to do the work,
I think demanding careers from two people can come out a couple of ways. It can show that the little bit of time you do have, and again, time for me is big. So that time you do have, that's when you have to show out, right?
Mm-hmm.
That shows, it speaks volumes when you do have the time to do something. And then it speaks volumes that you have to learn the person for real, and really have communication skills.
Yep.
Like having a successful career relationship, being a boss and being the couple, whatever, what it's called, the power couples and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It comes with real work. Mm-hmm. It comes with those two people knowing who they are, no matter what. It comes with them actually learning that person to know what it's going to take to get things done, because you have less time to do it. And then when you are in front of each other, you just make it as blissful as possible. It ain't going to be 100%. It may be 40% one day, maybe 20, maybe 90, whatever. But you do the best you can. But I think that's when test comes out, when how can you communicate? Is your communication on point? how you value each other's time, how you value the relationship. You know, you definitely have to learn each other's love languages for real.
No, that's what you got to know, like, them inside and out, front and back.
So I think when two people have a demanding career in a relationship, it forces them to boss up so much when it comes to love. Forget the career. It forces them. It forces them to be a boss in love. So I feel like if I can be a boss in love, baby, the career thing is already gonna get done. But if I could be the same boss how I look like in career, but inside of my household, oh baby, there's no stopping us. And he has to be on the same page. So,
guys, we apologize for the echo, but unfortunately, it just kind of goes in and out, and we don't really know how to correct it. We've done multiple things to try to fix it, and it just, we don't know. So until we can figure that out, we apologize, but we thank you for still being here.
And if it gets too echoey, you guys, you know, we are looking over here to the right. We're looking on YouTube Live. We're looking on Facebook Live. We're looking on Twitter Live, on Twitch Live. And there's never echo over there.
Yeah, it's only IG that we have.
It's only IG we have echoes. So when you go to our podcast, you listen to Apple, you go to Spotify, you listen to iHeartRadio, you're not going to hear echoes. It's just doggone IG. And so if you ever want to leave IG, feel free. We got YouTube. I'm gonna say it again. We got Twitter Live. We got Facebook Live. You know, I think YouTube is the quickest way. And no matter where you comment, we get to see it. No matter what other platforms you're on. So,
but we thank y'all for you know, telling us, because that is something we're trying to work on fixing. But
we're gonna get it one day.
We're gonna get it together one day.
That echo can't just stumble us up. But that was a good question about how careers can be, what it was,
demanding, or
a demanding career, you know what I mean?
It can affect your relationship. Again, like with anything, relationships are work, and just like in order to succeed at work, you got to put in work. In your relationship, you got to put in work too. It ain't no different. So again, a demanding career should never be the reason why you're not doing what you're supposed to do in your relationship, unless that partner is just not willing to bend with you. That most likely means that person's just not for you, really. You know, or maybe they're not as supportive in whatever that particular situation is in your job that you're in at that very moment. Maybe they're really not on that.
And it just takes two.
Yeah, it takes two. Now it can't just be one person.
It takes both of y'all to water each other, man.
Yeah.
While that person at work, you have to do your best right there at work. You have to get creative. And I think that's a dope thing about it. Because my thing is, if you could be boss in work, you should be able to be bossy in the household. And you both got to grow with that too. Like
that's your peace at home. Like, why would I not be putting as much work in as I do at work at home? Like, that's my peace at home.
You know, and
that's work ain't everything. Like, work is work, and I have to go make money and all that kind of stuff. But when I come home, I want that kind of peace there too.
Yeah.
And what do I got to do to make sure that peace is there too? And again, that's both sides. That's the man and the woman. It's not one-sided. So,
and I think if everybody look at it like a team. My girl,
hey. Again, sometimes you have to put it in a way or explain it. Like, you know what, fellas? I think sometimes when your girl is giving you a hard time, and I'm saying this from a woman who used to give my husband a hard time. Okay, that's a truth moment. It's a truth moment.
Say it, Shay.
I used to give him a hard time because I felt like he should be doing more. But honestly, in that moment, I could have been doing more. I could have been more supportive and understanding what his goal was for us, what he was trying to do for us. And instead of being the supportive partner, I was acting like I was being supportive, but my actions were reversing everything that I was saying. You understand what I'm saying? So it took for him to literally sit me down, and this is just talking off of just an experience, y'all. It took for him to sit me down and explain to me where, like, again, and it's a communication, explain to me what his thought process was, what his goals were, why he was doing. And my issue was I didn't understand what he was trying to do. And so the breakdown was communication. So as long as you have communication and your partner knows exactly what your plans are, understands why you're doing this. Why am I spending from 6 a.m. to 10 at night at work doing ABC? What is the goal here? Mm-hmm. When your partner understands that, they're more likely to support you and not be so... you won't be so misunderstood. There won't be that kind of tension at home. So when I finally started to understand what his goal was and why he was doing all of this stuff, I'm like, okay, I'm tripping. I need to let this man do what he supposed to. I need to let him do what he's trying to do and support that. And then don't be afraid to ask your partner, how can I be supportive? Yeah. I had to ask, because sometimes you think you know and you don't.
Yeah, and get rid of the idea of what you thought how the goal was supposed to go.
That was another issue.
That journey was supposed to be.
I thought I knew how that was going to go. And instead of, I wasn't asking those questions. I was assuming. Ladies, don't be afraid to ask your man, look, how can I support you? Because sometimes your support is not the support he wanted.
Yeah.
Or needs. You may think it's what he needs. And it doesn't mean that you can't still do it in your kind of way and still be there in the way that you feel like he needs help. But you also got to listen to what he's saying. So, let the church say amen. So again,
it's good.
It's the same, and it's vice versa. Exactly. Fellas,
it's vice versa. You're not going to jump in here on that one. Fellas, it's vice versa. Yes. Don't sit here and assume how you think you should support your woman who is out there getting it too.
Yes.
You need to ask her, babe, like,
how can I?
You always doing this. You always, like, what would be the best way I can support you?
Yes.
Don't assume. Don't say.
That is sexy as hell.
Whew.
Please ask me. Please ask her. What can I do to better
help you better your goals?
Yep.
Help you get in better position.
Yep.
Help you support. I mean, everything.
Just realize how much easier things flow when you do something as simple as ask what the person needs and then follow through.
I told you.
Okay, none but that, baby. It's nothing. It's pure. It's okay. Anyway, I don't even know how. Thank you, G Money Man, for that question, because it was a great question. And again, ladies and fellas, never be afraid to ask your partner.
Yeah. No matter if you're married or dating, because if you're dating,
it doesn't matter which one.
They should be able to want to help you as well. They should be supporting you as well and giving you a blueprint or a piece of flash of how it would be if y'all was to get into a marriage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Buddy ain't supporting you now, he will not support you later.
Exactly. So if you're openly communicating your thoughts and your feelings and all of that kind of stuff, and that person still is just not on board, or they just don't get
they're just not a part of that journey.
Most of the time, it's, you probably want to do some evaluating in that. You want to do some evaluating and what's really going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, G Money Man,
my wife has a new job. I get up every morning early to cook her breakfast. She laughs, but I know she needs the support.
Hey, man, you feel me? Sometimes you gotta do what you know needs to be done.
Let me tell you too, what's even more sexier than asking us what we want is picking up what you see something that's missing.
Yeah.
And you just say, you know what? I know she will appreciate this.
Yeah.
I just see it. So when you jump in and we ain't gotta tell you, because that tells us that you've been paying attention, you've been listening, understanding what we're saying, not just letting it go here. You just there, you just present in the moment, but you just there like a blank, like a piece of paper, like you just not there. No, you have heard everything we've been saying. So some things that just add up. You'll be like, okay, she said this, that, and that. Boom, I'm finna do this.
Grizzled veteran 13.
To me, that's the most sexiest thing. So
women get it twisted. A woman will deny man praise because he knows she loves him, but demand consistent praise from him. Motivated men perform better and take care of everyone. Motivated men do perform better. You are right. They most certainly do. And again, that it's a thing of knowing your partner. Is knowing your partner, and whatever you don't know, stop being prideful and just straight up ask, what is it that I could do? What can we do to make this better? what can we do to be on the same page?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that makes everything so much easier. I feel like, and it's crazy. And sometimes certain things have to happen in order for y'all to get that. Like,
to get to that level of check-in.
Yeah.
You know
like,
I
feel like now that my husband is in another state, I feel like now we're it's crazy because I feel like we talk more about certain things than we did than he was here. I appreciate certain things more now that he's gone, or now that he's not here on a regular basis, than I did when he was in my face all the time. You understand what I'm saying? So but it's also, but again, it's a little different for me because our relationship, we did have a lot of long distance kind of thing that most people didn't have to deal with through our entire relationship. So this was a little easier for me than it would be for someone who's not used to being away from their partner for long periods of time. But at the same time, again, it's about that constant communication and not being afraid to just simply ask, what can I do? And then follow through with that. That's it.
Man, listen.
It's real simple. It really is. Hey, we make it harder, but it's real simple. I look at it
when he is my man, he's not just somebody out here I'm just going to get some bread with, like literally from a restaurant.
Yeah.
We a team. Like, I want to.
It's you and then it's me. It's us.
Like, this our playbook. Like, okay, so what we finna do?
I love that.
And y'all know I'm a tomboy. I played sports my entire growing up. Like, that's all my mind can see. So my past, me trying to be a team player, it just wasn't about. They just wasn't on that.
Yeah.
They don't want to be a team player. They want to be the GM. And there's no coach here. The GM just puts the money in. He just owns the team. Like, you can't just be the owner and that's it. Like, that's why owners put the whole staff in place. Amen. So they don't have to be there.
Yes.
But if you don't want to be there, I won't be there either.
Look, if y'all ain't gonna love us for anything else, y'all gonna love us for these analogies though. Y'all gonna love my dog for these analogies though. If y'all gonna do that, I'm just saying.
So anyway, I look forward to being my team player with my man.
Amen.
My husband.
Amen.
Like, we're checking in, babe. What's the play for the week? What's our play for the month? And again, he has to be like that too. It ain't gonna work on somebody who's just wake up who don't care about what today. No. We gotta know, like, what are we gonna do this month? Like, I want to know, like, check in. How you feel? Can we get on the game today? Like, can we get on the field today? Yes or no? Like, how you feeling? Like, we got things to do. You know what I mean? So I look at it like that. And if you could look at it like that with your woman, with your partner, and say, you know what, we are a team. You know, it's okay if you want to be Jordan. That's cool. Just know we are Scottie Pippen and we are also Dennis Rodman in the 90s, baby. That's all I'm going to say.
We are the support.
We got two. This is the right hand is Scottie. Our left hand is Dennis. And y'all could be Jordan. But just know we all got to go to the championship together. And we all got to check in. So that's my last note that I want to put out there and let y'all know, fellas, ladies. Man, if you married, y'all a team, man. All that other stuff.
Period. You know what I mean? It breaks down when you start talking about I.
And I get it. Nothing ain't gonna be perfect. I know that. But at the same time,
but if you don't lose that,
the team that communicates is the team that know how to play, every win, the best of them. They may lose a game too. That's okay. But we gonna communicate.
Amen. Love it.
I'm trying to go to the championship, baby.
Well, thank you, G Money Man. We appreciate that question. That was a great question. Thank you so much for that question. And again, y'all, we thank y'all. This was a great show tonight. Again, we are way over, but we had to make sure we get our points across. We make sure we read y'all comments because we absolutely love to hear from y'all. Yeah. And we thank y'all for joining us. We saw a lot of new names pop up in here. Grizzle Veteran 13. Hey. Haven't seen that name before. D Pepper was another one. Thank you. And again, the monogamy reviews are coming up.
Yes.
So please make sure you're watching our YouTube page.
Dan the cameraman.
What's up?
So many new people in here today from our Facebook, from our YouTube, from our Twitch, from our Twitter.
Feezy Fees 1990.
And of course, all of you guys on IG Live. We appreciate y'all. And lastly, our podcast family who is listening right now, which they're going to be listening to it tomorrow. Every Thursday, you guys, our audio goes up. If you miss a live, that's cool. This live is just a bonus for you guys. Normally we should, every podcast just put up.
We can literally just talk to ourselves and put it up. But we like talking to y'all. We want to hear y'all opinion, and we want the world to hear y'all opinion. So
So that's how that goes. So again, if you miss an episode live, Thursdays mornings, Brains and Beauty will be up. You'll get to ride to work maybe when you get off work. Thursdays it will for sure be up when we do go live and put it up. We want to thank again everybody. Lastly,
don't do that. You know what I'm saying? We die hard fam over here. That's okay. Ain't want no whooping.
So on that note, we're gonna go ahead and close this thing out. Anything you want to add before we go?
Just blessings, y'all. Y'all have a safe week, and thank y'all for joining us per usual.
And if you know somebody that needs to hear I love you, I care for you, hey, check on them if you can. Please. I ain't saying going in the dungeon and look for somebody to check up on. No, we're not doing that. But somebody you haven't talked to in a long time.
Somebody that's been on your heart. Yeah.
Listen to your heart this next week, within this next week, this month, moving forward if you can. Amen. You never know who just may need a hey or what's up. And that's really it. I ain't trying to say going into no trauma stuff. I'm talking about those people who come to your heart and you have been, you know what I mean? Just reach out.
Check on them.
So other than that, I have nothing else to say besides see y'all next week for episode 118. Tonight was episode 117 and we are signing off. So good night, good morning, and good afternoon, podcast family, YouTube family, Twitter, IG, Facebook, Twitch. We out.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Deuces.